I get to be a sculptor and just make art and people wear it on their heads. And it's just like the craziest thing that that's a job.
This is Sarah Sokol. You may not recognize the face under this hat, but scroll through your Instagram feed or flip through the pages of a fashion magazine, and you'll find Sokol's designs on the heads of your favorite celebs. Cardi B, Emilia Clarke, and WWE star Lacey Evans, to name a few. But it wasn't until the 2019 Met Gala that Sokol floored the world with her iconic design composed of 4 stacked hats worn by the artist and actress Janelle Monáe.
It was just so surreal, crazy. You know, to be a small designer on the red carpet is insane. And it was just straight up like, you know, dream come true, a dream I didn't even know was obtainable.
Paired with a surrealist blinking eye dress by Christian Siriano, Sokol's 4-tiered hat propelled Monáe onto several best dress lists after the camp-filled night. We got a peek inside Sokol's studio to learn specifically how she made her iconic Met Gala hat for Janelle Monáe.
Welcome to my studio.
Sokol owns and operates Sarah Sokol Millinery Incorporated, right from her home studio in Brooklyn, where she makes and sells custom pieces ranging from $400 to $3,500. Depending on the piece and the client's wishes, each new hat takes Sokol anywhere from 2 hours to 2 days to finish. She made Monáe's hat in under 40 hours.
So this is part of the hat that I made for Janelle Monáe for the Met Gala. She had a stacked 4 of these. So I made 4 different ones of these. It really looked like 4 separate hats, like all stacked together.
Sokol uses a variety of materials like mylars, metals, plexiglass, and thermoplastics to make her designs come to life. To create Monáe's iconic look, Sokol chose to use velour felt.
We went velour felt for Janelle and the Met Gala. Come on.
Once the material is chosen, the first step is to steam the felt body. The steam allows the felt to become malleable so that Sokol can stretch it out over a wooden block that she specifically created to fit Monáe's head.
Trying to do different heights and everything. There was a really fine line between couture and cartoon and gimmicky. With crowns, you really need every single different size. So 21 inches, 21 and a half, 22, 22 and a half. So, to go up only a quarter inch to do something like this was really the way to go.
The steaming and stretching process may need to be repeated a few times to give the felt body the biggest stretch possible.
Oh, look at that. Oh, I love it.
Once the body is blocked nice and tight over the crown, an elastic is pulled down over to secure the felt in place.
So I'll put the elastic on, and then wherever it's still buckling, I'm just gonna put a little more steam and keep pulling it down that way.
Next, blocking pins are added to maintain the body's shape. Now, it's time to pull out the brim. Steaming one section at a time and pinning it down. The key is to get the brim as wide as possible. Using a damp cloth to protect the felt, the brim is then pressed with an iron to flatten it out. The hat is then dried. Size the hat by measuring the length of the brim.
And then this one is only a 6-foot circumference, but the side pieces also need to be wired and stitched and then attached to it. So you're essentially sewing that circumference 3 times. I know.
The hat is then cut to perfection. The final brim is lined with a steel wire to secure and flatten out the hat. In Monáe's case, Sokol made a 2-inch strip of ribbon out of the white fabric that was used for her dress.
I felt very appreciated and recognized by Janelle. And when she had posted and mentioned me about it and posted the time-lapse video, to me that's the highest form of compliment, when an artist recognizes other people's craftsmanship and artistry. I felt really part of the team. And to feel that way when you're working with people like Christian Siriano and you're on a red carpet with the biggest and best designers out there, to feel appreciated as a small Brooklyn milliner and to be a young one is just the most important thing to keeping this trade alive.